Sanders' son is projected to take 240 potential career-ending sacks in order to advance his father's coaching career, all the time risking his health as well as his own future career. I think he should have took more thought into the defensive line before taking his deal and bringing his son on board. This is my personal opinion. I think if his son was at his best interest, then that would have been the proper decision. I believe he was already on course for a try at the NFL, even while at Jackson. So to unnecessarily risk his health and his future career in order for you to get a head coaching job seems like a sacrifice that your child is making, not the father. I'm asking myself, did Deion Sanders sacrifice his son NFL future career and health for his future head coaching career? And I ask myself that because of the fact that Deion Sanders' son is projected to be sacked on an average of 60 games per year.
Empty set for Shedeur. As time before that happens, eventually it closed down, and it was the transfer from the SEC.
10 left tackle over here, and it's hard for him to bend. You see that there's DNs and more athletic guys that sometimes duck under him. That time, yeah, he's a guy that has to step up for this.
So I'm asking myself, as a father, would you willingly place your son in that danger in order to advance your own career? And as a head coach, would you have thought about the defensive line or understood the parameters or the intricacies of a team's offensive line before selecting to have your son play quarterback for that team?
This offense with no Travis Hunter out there.
Here's tempo. Sanders tackled, sacked.
The football, it's Brandon Dorless, big number 3, at 290 pounds. Man, he's athletic.
I would think I would have been aware of that and thought about the impact that would have on my son when you look at the mass amount of concussions and issues that our people suffer from careers in the NFL. I would thought that would come first and foremost, rather than the amount of money you gave me. So the first person that offered you a nice check, you go to Colorado, play football, coach them, bring your sons there, regardless of the condition of the offensive line.
Shedeur backing up again, taken down again, and this offensive line gives way.
Boy, the defensive coordinator coming from the left side, that's not an easy block when a safety's got a 15-yard head start at you. And another sack for this Oregon defense.
Evan Williams charging in. 3rd and 6, 4-man rush. Shedeur spins out of it. Another man in his face and sacked again. That's the 4th time.
How you doing? My name is Antonio. My page Unapologetically Black. I ask that you like and subscribe to the page. I did a video to this prior saying Deion Sanders is a sellout for his transfer from Jackson State to the University of Colorado. But at the time of doing that video, I really did not understand how in-depth of a sellout Deion Sanders is. When I looked at the statistics and seen that the University of Colorado offensive line ranked 130th out of 132 teams, I was sitting here thinking, UCLA football Burns aims to exploit weaknesses in Colorado O-line. UCLA games against Colorado will be decided in the trenches. Your UCA Burns are preparing to take on Deion Sanders' Colorado Buffalo this weekend in front of a sold-out Rose Bowl for homecoming week. Part of the reason why the 23rd ranked team in the nation is favored to win is because of its unit up front on defense. The matchup of Colorado O-line versus UCLA D-line is a mismatch waiting to happen. Throughout the season, Colorado has had one of the worst offensive lines in the country. And like, as a father, how did you suggest to take your son, who is going to be the head quarterback, to the University of Colorado, where he will be sacked on an average of 5 times per game at 12 games per year? You're talking about 60 sacks per season. If you play 13 games that season, you're talking about 65 sacks per season. So over a 4-year period, you're talking about 240 sacks. If they play an additional 13th bowl game each season, then he will be sacked a total of 244 times. UCLA has had one of the best defensive lines. According to 03, UCLA is going to try to exploit these weaknesses all game long. Offensive lines has been one of the worst units in college football this year. That's been no secret. They've allowed 35 sacks this season, ranking them 130 out of 132 qualified teams. This weekend, they'll have one of their toughest tests of the year as they go up against the UCLA Bruners defensive front. The Bruners defensive has racked up 24 sacks in 7 games, ranking them 10th in the country. Opinion from prior statements Deion Sanders has made, such as that the black college athletes did not have the weight and lift training to compete or to deal with the size of those Division I NCAA colleges, as he has stated before in prior press releases, to place your son in a position where he is undefended, and most coaches are very particular of protecting their star quarterback, let alone their son, makes me question Deion Sanders' judgment. What did the defensive line rank the year prior to Deion selecting to send his son to Colorado? How Colorado college football team offensive line ranked one finished 19th in the country. Pro Football Focus released its ranking of the 100. Pro Football Focus released its rankings of the 130 FBS college football offensive lines units on Monday, and Colorado teams read like Goldilocks. Parade simple. One was hot, one was cold, and one was well average. Pro Football Focus Cam Marriage writes, if it weren't for their prowess in pass protection, most notably from their tackles, who ranked 33rd in pass blocking grade, you'd be hard pressed to see the Rams cracking the top 100 here. Each position group outside of their tackle fell outside the top 100 in overall grade, and they even had the third lowest run blocking grade amongst center groups in the country. Mello writes, by all definition, Colorado offensive line was very middle of the pack as a unit. They finished the season ranked 47 in pass blocking, ranked and 52nd in runs block grades, but were certainly strongest on the outside of at the tackle position. Humberlight led them all in grade, finishing with top third grade in the pass and run game. So even prior to this, before Deion Sanders selected to go to Colorado, Colorado did not have a very good defensive team. So I just want us to understand that Deion Sanders selected as a coach, as a father, he selected to have his son go be the head quarterback for a college team that he himself had admitted was moving at a faster pace, larger size players, but he took his son to play as the quarterback for a team that is ranked as one of the lowest in college football. So I'm saying to myself, as a father, he was not thinking as a father first. I'm saying he was thinking of the advancement of his own coaching career and the money that they paid him before he thought about the safety and the future of his child. And that is a bold statement to make. But that's how much of a sellout I believe he really is. So they was already not wellly ranked the year prior to Deion Sanders signing with them. So you have to ask yourself, was he diligent in verifying was the players who did protect the quarterback, were they drafted or not? How diligent was he in recruiting a offensive line to protect the quarterback, or were he more diligent in recruiting explosive players that makes him look better? See, these are the things we have to ask. I'm not just making and saying something, a blanket statement. I'm using these type of criteria in order to assess my judgment of whether I see Deion Sanders as a sellout. And yes, I 100% see Deion Sanders as a sellout.